Canada.
Hey Canada.
Dedication.
Determination.
Diligence.
Ambition.
Competence.
Moral support.
Endeavor.
Motivation.
Autonomy.
Render service.
Compassion.
Empathy.
Conviction.
Encouragement.
Conscientious effort.
Optimism are our strive for success on this show.
This is your host, KacyC, leading you to excel.
And this is your host, Rita. Welcome to the first episode of KacyC Show. The KacyC Show is a talk show hosted by Kacy and Rita, myself, and it will be aired on EAVA's live TV on Thursday at 8 p.m.
The KacyC Show, the structure of the KacyC Show is going to be such that we're going to invite a guest every week, and the purpose should be such that it's going to touch upon topics like educational, innovative, creativity, culture, specifically cultural issues, societal issues, cultural awareness, and of course business promos.
So the KacyC Show, it's going to be a show, 1 hour show divided into 3 segments with 2 breaks, and every show will have a new topic, a new guest, and a new flavor every single week. So we do look forward for your suggestions on our email address, which is on the line there, and our phone number is 416-904-2072. So please give us your feedback of every show. So Kacy, Canada is a great country, one of the hopes of the world with the 7 wonders. We have one of her here, and within you is the power to rise above any situation or struggle and transform into the brightest, strongest version of you ever.
Yeah, Rida, a fire, a burning desire is kindled within, which extinguishes not, but is ablaze and envelopes. My dear, each person must cultivate his own garden, as before the reward there must be labor. I'm gonna quote myself again here, and this very quote will explain my struggles here in Canada leading to achievement. So, after years of strenuous effort, I had met fiasco. With sanguine expectations, I endeavored even harder, changing countries, improving on my degrees, professional experiences, cultural adaptation, and society integration, just to find out that it is not for me yet. Now is not my time, and I don't fit in. I endured, still not giving up, but not got exhausted repeating the venture. I had not lost the aspiration, but was losing the yearning. Reluctantly enough, used to the knocks, but keeping certitude that maybe it's not for me, I plunged again with scantest pretext. Fortunately, this time I broke through. It happened and I got it. Today I earned for what I had striven for my whole life. Almighty Allah finally showered His grace, compensating my perseverance. The intrinsic desire to prove myself got appreciated for who I am. It finally got rewarded. So, my dear Rida, I must say, sustain the perseverance with a never quit conviction, and you will be rewarded sooner or later. Everybody, keep determined, dedicated, and diligent.
Impressive, Kacy. You said it right. Success is attained with never giving up attitude. And that brings us to the end of this segment. Everyone, stay tuned for more excitement of the wealth of knowledge on Canadian culture. See you soon.
Excel at Canada in Brampton. I'm here to study the IELTS General Training course. It's a 5-hour intensive writing course which includes all the writing task 1 strategies and writing task 2 strategies too.
Welcome back, friends, to the second segment of the KacyC show. Our Canada, our homeland, native land, the true, north, strong, and free. Our Canadian values are
Peace,
justice,
tolerance,
loyalty,
humanity,
human rights,
respect for authority,
vision,
equality,
strength,
beauty,
spirituality.
non-violence. That's what the true north, strong and free means to me. We are a nation of nations, a community of communities, united in our diversities with values of our own, and proud of it.
KacyC, you are Canuck, eh?
Being Canadian, you mean Canuck is also another term for a Canadian.
Yes.
Eh?
And A is a very, very Canadian thing to say, eh?
A, it's a question tag. Our American friends, they say yeah or yeah, but we say A. So if you want to sound more Canadian, you should be saying A. So what's next, Rita? A?
Poutine,
Poutine, French fries, cheese and gravy.
double double,
Tim Hortons, the hockey player.
A.
Single, single. Is single, single there?
So double double means 2 cream and 2 sugar.
What about triple, triple?
3 creams and 3 sugars, too much fat.
Wow, so that's another Canadian term. And what about the loony?
A call of the loon, which is a bird.
So loony is the bird and it is a $1 coin.
Toonie rhymes with the loon, which is
Of course, $2 coin. So the toonie and the loony, these are our Canadian terms, everyone.
KacyC. What about the toilet?
You don't say toilet here. It's washroom.
A. Cigarette.
Nope. It got to be a dot.
What about joggers?
Joggers, the tennis shoes. Hey, no ways. It's runners.
Well, laid off from work, unemployment means...
You are a pogie.
Uh-oh.
So anybody who does not have a job, the slang for unemployment, the Canadian slang is pogie.
A. Learn how to apologize. We always say.
You got to do that, everybody. Even if you run into a pole, even if somebody comes running to you, you got to say, I am sorry. We Canadians are really very polite and we love saying sorry. So always remember, say your thank yous, say your sorries. I am sorry. This is again being very Canadian.
It is very important for us to understand the Canadian culture as we live in a beautiful country, a land of opportunities. So everyone living in Canada represents the Canadian culture and the Canadian society and the Canadian people. So this is a time for another break, but a Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian, and so am I. So keep watching for our final segment soon on Yavaz, the KacyC show. See you soon.
I'm at KacyC's English Excel at Canada in Brampton. I'm here to study the IELTS General Training course. It's a 5-hour intensive writing course which includes all the writing task 1 strategies and writing task 2 strategies too.
Hello, I'm on KacyC show. KacyC. My full name is Kacy Chauhan. Everybody, I'm an English professor. When I say English professor, my expertise, I'm a Canadian and Ontario certified licensed professor holding 2 licensing. The first one is a TESOL trainer, means I train instructors and teachers here. And the second one is a language instructor. When you say instructor, instructor usually means teaching in colleges and universities. My experiences, I've taught at Brock University, I've taught at Seneca College, I've taught at Centennial College, I've taught at College Boreal, I've also taught LINK programs, which is language instruction to newcomers to Canada. I've taught ESL in different colleges. I've also taught proofreading and editing. I've basically taught academic English, research English in universities. So if you are a university student, you want to write your essay, you want to do your assignments, that's where you come to me. I help you, I guide you how to write research essays. Apart from that, of course, I also have here in Brampton, I have a center named KacyC English Excel Canada. At KacyC English Excel Canada, I've got different intensive and extensive courses. Some of the intensive courses is IELTS, CELPIP, CELBAN, CALE, and CAN test preparation. What is IELTS? IELTS basically, if you are on a student permit or you are on a work permit and you want to apply for your citizenship, you want to apply for your permanent residence, basically which is the express entry program, you need a band 8.5 to apply for your PR. So what usually happens is that go and do the test many times. If you don't know the strategy of the test, you won't be able to get that high band. This is where I come into place. In 5 sessions, I do a diagnostics. With that diagnostic, I determine your proficiency level, and then with that, I design a course. So I do customized handouts. I usually design a course for you, and until now, my courses have been only 5 sessions. In those very 5 sessions, I get you trained and prepped for a band 8.5. So whether you want to go for the IELTS or the CELPIP, I'm gonna tell you what's the best for you, because you're gonna meet me, and after the proficiency, one other aspect of the proficiency or the diagnostic test is that I'm also gonna show you the assessment procedure, the way we mark and assess your exams. Spoken English, everybody. You're a newcomer to Canada, your English is very weak, you need some spoken English tips, strategies, preparation. I myself am a writing expert. So with your writing, when I say writing, it comes with business English and functional English. So if you need any help in your business English, functional English, English for workplace communication, you want to do a job, you want to have that high level proficiency English in order to deal in the public, write essays, write resumes, write your cover letters or reports or emails or letters. Yes, that's what I'm going to help you in. So basically, I'm not a teacher, but a facilitator, a guide, a counselor, getting or assisting help to get your English skills and overcome the language barrier so that you can excel in the Canadian society. That's what I do. I help you excel in your English language skills so that you can easily settle and integrate into Canada. My number is 416-904-2072, and my email is kacyc.ca@gmail.com. KacyC Show is another way to promote promote different businesses, to promote different professions, so that people out there should know whatever assistance they need. And as you'll be seeing, we'll be bringing a new guest, again promoting different professions, so that if you need any help, you always know where to look for. Apart from this, my dear listeners, viewers, I would like to mention here, when I say the KacyC show, or when I say KacyC English Excel Canada, you have to know who I am. And when I'm telling you I'm a college professor, I need to mention this. I basically, as an immigrant, come from Dubai, but in Canada I redid all my education. At present, I have 3 master degrees. The first one is in Masters in English Literature. Second was in Masters in TEFL, which is Teaching of English as a Foreign Language. And the third one is Masters in Applied Linguistics TESOL, which is Teaching of English as a Second Language. And that is from Brock University, St. Catharines, Ontario. So as you can see, with the 3 master's degree, I am an honorary doctorate. So I have that honorary doctorate, a PhD. I don't use the title doctor. Call me with my first name, because it's just being a Canuck, it's just being a Canadian. Call me KacyC. This is our last and the final segment, and in this segment we are going to discuss Canadian culture, the Canadian society, and the Canadian social dealings.
The Canadian culture consists of its art, music, literature, politics, society, which is influenced by British and French Canadians.
Canada has a culturally diverse society consisting of immigrants coming from many different social and religious backgrounds.
And Canadians are hard-nosed, hard-working people, but also a little bold.
They are tolerant. They're tolerant of risk and embrace the future.
Well, they love trees, and despite unfaithful lovers.
Of course, they despise the unfaithful lovers, but they also reject institutions, both church and the state.
As a nation, we believe in 3 values about who we are: peace, order, and good government, which is liberals right now.
Canadians, we retain a quality of mercy for their fellow individuals, faith, and civility. Canadians are peace-loving, gentle people who have never started a war, although they've participated valiantly in many of them. And another quality of the Canadian characteristics can be that Canadians are described in many ways in their evaluation as a unique country with sets of values distinct from the nations in the world. Vida, how about them being polite?
Canadians are very polite, friendly, and loving, and they do want, so whenever you deal with a Canadian, always have a 1-arm distance, so we really like our personal space.
I must mention here, and which my American friends would love to hear, Canadians are more polite than being rude, and Americans than the Americans when they are being friendly. I'm going to repeat this here. Canadians are more polite when they are being rude than Americans when they are being friendly.
And Canada is the only country in the world that knows how to live without an identity.
So identity, living without an identity. Canada has no identity. The purpose, the reason behind this, it's a multicultural, diverse nation where different, diverse individuals coming to Canada, they have their own religious backgrounds, they can keep their identity and at the same time be a Canadian. So we are basically with no identity of our own, which is again multiculturalism and diversity. Now we're going to discuss some of the etiquettes in Canada. I must say here, we drive on the right and we pass on the left, like walking up the escalators, roads, and streets.
Formally, normally men do not whistle or wink at a woman, which is very disrespectful.
Wink, wink. So don't you whistle or wink, everybody? The guys. Okay, hey, how are you? It's common form of address. And if you're not getting an answer in return, it still means that they're saying hi to you. And apart from that, we Americans do say that we are polite, but not necessarily very friendly.
And when speaking to a Canadian, like I said before, always remember of the personal space. So keep a 1 arm distance when talking to a person, because maintaining our personal space is a very important thing for a Canadian.
We Canadians, Rita is right, we Canadians like our 1 arm length space. So maintaining personal space is very important for all Canadians.
So unlike Australians and Americans, Canadians do not give an eye contact, a lot of it, with people speaking to them. Why? It is probably has to do something with the mania of politeness. So we are polite and friendly, but too much of eye contact is not preferred.
Wow, no backslapping, no shouting or calling for attention. Canadians tend to embarrass easily, everybody. So casually, we are not loud people. Also, we do not express with our hands. Moreover, touching, patting, or hugging other men in public is socially unacceptable. To get along with Canadians, you have to remain exceedingly polite, modest, and unpretentious. I really like this thing here, because usually what I've seen is we coming specifically from South Asian countries, to mention here India, Pakistan, or even the Middle East, we like to show off a lot. We like to pretend with our wealth, with our education, with our assets. But if you are a real Canadian and being in Canada, all Canucks are unpretentious. You are not gonna show off whatever wealth or assets you have. So in other words, you're going to be more polite and humbled and friendly we are.
So KacyC, when meeting and greeting a Canadian, which is very important for us, we do like firm handshakes, which is a sign of a Canadian, and a direct eye contact, and more a sincere smile, so you are more appealing to the other person.
Wow, but when you go to somebody's house, or if it's Christmas, you have to give them a gift.
And if invited someone's home for a dinner party or for even invitation, take up a small box of good chocolates, not too expensive, but a nice surprising chocolates with flowers, or a bottle of wine.
Wow. Everybody, this is very important. Do not give white lilies as a gift, because white lilies are for funerals. And also, another important thing, what we do back home, like I've seen in Pakistan, India, or in Dubai, as gifts, we also give cash or money. Canadians, no cash or money. So no white lilies, no cash, no money as a gift when you are visiting somebody or going to a party or going to an event.
And whenever seated on a table, do not rest your elbows. So like this, always be straight and firm.
And if you are on the dining table, you have, of course, you can refuse individual foods or drink without offering an explanation. If you don't want anything, you can just say no. That's it, you're done.
So like our favorite PM, Mr. Justin Trudeau says, Canadians are nice and polite, but it is not just a stereotype.
And yes, Rita, I must say Justin Trudeau again here. We are, after all, Canadians.
This is who we are, and this is what we believe in. This is Canada, and in Canada, better is always possible.
Wow, this brings to the last, almost to the end of this segment, where I have this trend that I'm gonna give some updates of the upcoming events in the GTA. At present, I have two very important events to announce. So we are gonna have a Music of Mystic with Tariq Hamid and Azealia Ray. This event is gonna take place on 8 December at 7 p.m. and this would be at Capitol Banquet Hall in Mississauga. The event is organized by Babar Sayed. To get tickets, his number is 416-300-1266. There's another event on 10th of December. This event is a volunteer appreciation dinner for the volunteers, and this is of course by Shafiq Mazhar. Mazhar Shafiq is a candidate for provincial nomination Scarborough, and this is gonna take place at Sakina Community Center, Scarborough.
So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this was the end of the first episode of the KacyC show. It will be a beautiful show full of excitement, the wealth of knowledge, and Kacy and myself. So with a new guest on Thursday at 8 p.m. and with a new topic and with a new flavor every single week to entertain you guys. Right, Kacy?
Everyone, yes, of course, Rita, everybody, we do look forward for your feedback and suggestions. They're very important to us. This was an introductory thing which we did where we introduced ourselves and spoke a bit about the Canadian culture and the society. So like I said, the purpose of this show is educational, and apart from that there is a threefold purpose, which is cultural awareness, societal issues, and business promos. So of course we need your suggestions, we need your feedback in order to improve. And as you can see, my email and my number would be flashing on the screen. I'm gonna say it out here again, which is kacyc.ca@gmail.com, and my phone number is 416-904-2072. Call me, email me, I want to hear from you, and I'm ready to improve. Constructive criticism is always welcome. Thank you very much. See you again next week.
See you.